Welcome back. The GST 2.0 has simplified the regime to two slabs, and on the same lines, we are talking to industry experts, market participants, and company managements. Let us now connect with Yashish Dahiya, Chairman and Group CEO, PB FinTech, to understand how this move is impacting their business. Mr. Dahiya, thank you so much for giving your time to ET Now. How do you view the GST Council's decision to exempt individual life and health insurance from GST, and do you expect a visible jump in the customer inquiries or conversations?
I think over the medium and long term, this is a very, very favorable move. I think it's a very good recognition by the government. We've been asking for it for almost the last 10 years now, that health insurance and term insurance be treated somewhat differently from other forms of savings products, etc. So I think it's a great thing that finally that has happened, and there is a carve out for both health insurance and term insurance, where the GST has been moved from 18% to 0. So I think that is a very, very positive move, and more important than the price reduction, because these products are not like savings products where 1-2% really matters. These products people will either buy or not buy, and the decision is largely based around what they think about, the risk of not having these products. Because if you go to a hospital, the bill can be very large, or if somebody dies, their income is gone, and their financial situation for the family can be very bad. So these are products which are bought with a lot of thought and a lot of care, and thus a few percentage price point movement does not impact how much people will buy. They will either buy or not buy, right? Because depending on whether they think the product is useful for them or not. And I think this will enable a lot more people to buy, because the government is sending a message that these are very important products. That is why we have made GST on these products 0. So that more people should think about purchasing these and must purchase these.
Mr. Dahiya, since your core business is retail, health and term insurance, both now GST free, how significant is this move for PolicyBazaar's top line growth?
It's a messaging which is more important than the actual cost benefit. And the messaging going to the consumers is that these products are considered very important by the government. And I think that message is very critical. And that is much more, that amplifies. See, we spend 85% of our media, which is, a lot of money that we spend, trying to say this message that, look, health insurance and term insurance is very important for you as a consumer. This, GST removal from these two products essentially amplifies that message. And that means a lot more people should buy the product. Not because it is 10% cheaper, but simply because the government is saying it is very important for them. And it is very important for the consumers. So I think that messaging is very, very important. And we are very grateful to the government for having done this. We had been asking for some kind of differentiation on these for an extremely long time. And I think it's amazing that the government has done this. So this is a great validation for us and for the two products, health and term. See, if I ask you as a middle-class person, what products should you buy for your own family? I'm sure from an insurance perspective, you would say health and term. But overall, these are, still growing categories. Still very few people have these products. So we would want more and more people to have these products. And thus the government, in a way, giving their stamp of approval on these products, that these are good products, people should purchase them, is the biggest benefit we could ask for.
That's right. Mr. Dahiya, again, can the drop in insurance pricing post-GST cut offset potential cuts in commissions and still result in better profitability for PB FinTech?
See, what I was trying to explain to people is PB FinTech profit is 1% of premium. 1% of premium does not change the life of anybody. That is the profit that we make, right? It is about 1% of our premium. So if I do 35,000 crores of premium, I might make 350 crores of profit. Now, the 350 crores might look like a lot, but it is only 1% of 35,000 crores, right? And I think that is a very important thing that people need to understand. That, okay, you save the 1%, how much will that change anything? And is there a value PB FinTech brings or PolicyBazaar brings to the industry in terms of popularizing health insurance and term insurance, which is worth more than that 1% that PolicyBazaar takes home as its own profit. Maybe I think it is. And I think the 1% is quite irrelevant in the large scheme of things. I don't know why people focus on the 1% and what benefit it will give anybody if that 1%, suppose that 1% becomes zero. What benefit does it give anybody?
All right, Mr. Dahiya, thank you so much for joining at this hour with your views.